ePIOZ presents Tech Disciples, addressing the technological challenges of today's church.
All right, we're back. We are back.
That we are, brother.
What's going on, everybody? We had a little bit of a time away. Everybody was busy doing things, but Tech Disciples is back.
Yes. What do the kids say now? Life be lifing.
Life was lifing a lot. Life was lifing a lot. We were supposed to do this at Easter, but Easter came, it got busy. I got busy, you got busy. Terminator X got busy.
It's okay, man. Some things are worth waiting for.
Yeah, well, it better be. No, I'm kidding. No, this is worth waiting for. This is worth waiting for.
Absolutely. Well, yes, man. Want to go on and introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Stephen D. Holder. I mean, that's who I am.
Oh, okay. I'm Shawn Alexander. And over there, Terminator X. Hold up. We forgot. You forgot the legendary. The one and only and the only one. Well, yeah, Steve. I have to admit, great responses from the last show. And let's go on and dive right into this. Today's show. Today's topic.
Today's topic on Tech Disciples is your church is so old. Okay, now we've all been around churches or gone to different churches or whatever it is with churches, and I know we've all seen some or heard some old stuff. So this episode is going to just kind of focus in on churches in general and them using the old stuff or just not letting go of old stuff because of whatever situation. So I think we all got some pieces that we can share. I know that I went to Kingdom Church of Christ's and Kingdom Church of Christ's sixth anniversary in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
All right. It was very good. Brother Jones there always says, we made it to first grade. Made it to first because they've been in church for 6 years. So
wow.
Congratulations to them. Very happy about that. And also while I was out there in Charlotte, I went to Mario McKennon, our very own, well, not our very own, but in, the brotherhood, Mario McKennon, his Winistry 2025. And that was great. That was phenomenal.
Wow.
There was a lot of Christian artists there performing. Mario did a great job with hosting, organizing, getting everybody together. Very professional. So very happy with what he did there and that he invited me to be a part of it. So while I was at these events, though, Shawn, Norm, okay, I did a little bit of tech discipling and took my microphone and laptop and started interviewing people.
Okay.
On what, they thought their church was so old. And we got some responses for everybody.
Okay.
We got some responses.
Okay.
We're going to see them later on in the show.
Okay. Gotta save that. I got you.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be interesting to share and just talk and laugh and see what people think their church is so old.
Okay.
And then at the very end, in the Ali Encore section, we got a slideshow. Okay. Slideshow of a list of things that I know I've seen churches being so old at. So that is today's show. It was a lot of introduction, but we've been away for a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we're back now, and we also know last episode we had some audio challenges, but we're getting better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Growth.
We have to, what do we have? We have to pardon our dusts. Obviously, we have half a backdrop here, but we're growing. We're growing. So that's it, man. So what have you been up to the last couple weeks when we've been off?
Oh, man. We can get to that later on in the show, but really, Steve, this is 2025 is a very exciting year for me because it marks 30 years since I first went on the air.
30 years since you
30 years.
What,
for 30 years since I first cracked the microphone on the air.
What Terminator? Do we have a hand clap for that? Is that? I think that's good. That's worthy. I think.
Yeah. So, and it's been so long I can't remember exactly when. I know it was in the sometime around August or September of '95, and so August or September of 2025, I will officially celebrate 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah, broadcasting, DJing, voiceover work, all of that. And for me, it all started at about 5 minutes from here, my alma mater, North Carolina Central University.
Oh, this is the part
Jazz, 90.7 WNCU.
Oh, you still got the voice too. Okay, yeah, Jazz. Nice. All right, well, congratulations on that, man. That is big news. Very happy for you.
Thank you.
Obviously, we love having you being a part of Tech Disciples here because
absolutely.
You fill in the gaps with the voice and just do your Shawn Alexander thing so well. That's what he does. So, all right, what else we got here? Norm, you got anything that's happened to you in the past couple weeks? Yeah, I mean, this is open.
Okay, you know, Terminator X doesn't speak. Now he's at the point where he's a man of few words. You know, so he speaks. We got him. We have him headed in the right direction. Mm-hmm. He speaks, but he's a man of few words.
He's a man of few words. Well, I mean, it's open forum, right? It's just catching up. I know we've been off, so we're back now and catching our viewers up on where we've been at.
Exactly. Getting everyone up to speed.
I mean, if they're interested, I'm gonna tell them anyway because we here.
Yeah,
they tuning in, so that's what it's gonna be. But I've been doing a lot of work. We're at my job. I'm very happy with it. I was actually pretty busy today. This whole week's been busy. And I don't want to bother everybody with work, but that's pretty much what I've been doing since we've been off. And, of course, we've been trying to get this podcast, this episode, kind of tailored together to show off to everybody. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot of work, man.
Oh, no.
It's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Interviewing those people, man, it wasn't bad, but I couldn't. Well, we'll talk about that later in the show. But yeah, I hope I did the DJ community proud as I try when we watch these clips later.
Well, that's the thing, you know. I don't want to say too much too soon, but thankfully you've had a chance to let myself and Terminator X see some clips prior to.
Just a few.
Just a few. And the cool thing about it is when something, usually, you know when someone does a good job because they make it look easy. But trust and believe, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And you, Steve, were just, seemed like you were just hanging out. Hey, tell me about why your church is so old. As we were walking by, hey, what do you have to say? And I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised by how people were opening up, saying, hey, well, our church still does this. Can you believe it?
Yeah. There's one common theme that happened again and again that, I'm sure the viewers, and I know we'll catch into it when we start playing. But no, it was very good, man. So I'm very excited. What was I going to say? I just lost it.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch it back.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Yeah. We're going to come back to that. But if you put my list and Terminator's list together, it wouldn't equal half of yours. So come on, man. Let's just dive right into it. Give us just a little bit.
So, all right, I'll give a little bit. We'll all go around the circle once. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, let's go around the circle once.
We'll go around the circle once.
But you need to set it off.
I got to set it off?
You need to set it off.
I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but all right, let me think of a good one because I know I got a lot of them. So, your church is so old. He's getting ready. All right, your church is so old, you have popcorn ceiling.
Ooh.
You know what popcorn ceiling is?
I know exactly what popcorn ceiling is.
That's old, man. I don't know. I think it was like a trend in the 70s or something. And it was just stuck there.
Yeah, the 80s too. But you know what's bad is that when certain portions start coming off.
Oh.
No, have you? Hold up. Gentlemen, have y'all ever had to remove popcorn ceiling?
I have not. No, that is a negative, Ghost Rider.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
You know, for real. You number one, you use a little. I guess it's called a scaffold.
Okay.
And definitely wear eyewear because while you're up there, you know, it'll come off in a little chunk or a big chunk. And you will get hit in the face with it. Trust and believe.
I kind of wonder what, like, there's trends all the time, and churches are no different, right? They all go with the trends. But I wonder specifically with popcorn ceiling, like, what that was. Like, what was the, like, we need this. Because I just don't, and there's no right answer. It's just, what it is. So.
Well, one of the things I think for older buildings is since it's kind of rugged, kind of rough, if it's an older building and there are flaws in the ceiling where it's not completely flat, the popcorn ceiling kind of conceals that.
So you're covering up old stuff with
crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my little taste. Who wants to go next? You, Terminator? Who wants Terminator X to go?
Your church is so old. You have paneling on the walls.
Ooh,
Did you say panels?
Paneling on the wall.
Paneling.
Wood paneling. Wood paneling.
Oh, I don't know if I've been in a church that had paneling, but that sounds old.
Oh, okay. That sounds old.
Sounds old just by itself.
Okay.
All right, how about this one then? Your church is so old, you've had the same pastor for 50 years.
Hey, dedication, I guess.
Yeah, for real.
To the flock.
Yeah, for real. Yes. They say, in some cases, longevity is the key.
Hey, same pastor for 50 years or plus, but that's now. Oh yeah, we should probably disclaimer this whole show. Like everything we're saying is just jokes and observation. Please don't have your feelings hurt, because if you do, that's just too bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
No.
It's all jokes and fun and just things to think about and have an idea with technology and what's the tagline, Shawn? You say it, when technology and ministry or music all come together.
When technology, music, ministry all come together.
I love that tagline. So yeah, everything we say here it's not the end all be all. It's just jokes. Some of the stuff we say you can't change because of the geometry of your building or how old it is.
Exactly.
So just jokes, people. Don't jump at us. All right. So Terminator X gave us 2 of his. Your time, big time.
Okay.
Your time, big time.
I'm gonna just do one.
You're gonna do one,
but I'm gonna stay on the path that Terminator kind of went on, and he called out the pastor.
Uh-oh.
He called out the pastor. So I'm gonna stay on that trajectory.
Okay.
Your church is so old. Your pastor drives a Buick Electra Deuce in a Coda.
I don't know about all that Deuce in a Coda, but just Buick? Buick by itself?
Oh, wait, now Buick's making a comeback, though. Buick is making a comeback.
I did see that. Was it Enclave? It looked kind of futuristic.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you ever scroll through Facebook and they're talking about some of the cars that are coming back, like El Caminos and everything. I mean, it's like, whoa. Well, but I will say that the retro stuff is coming back. Like when we're talking about cars, the Dodge Challenger, and they're actually, I want to say there's an EV Dodge Charger that's like the retro. I want to say it was a 68 or 69 Charger. That was the Dukes of Hazzard's car.
Shawn, could you imagine somebody's pastor pulling up in that?
For real. For real.
Praise the Lord.
For real. Buick Electra Deuce in the Coda. 225.
Oh my gosh! All right, that's pretty good. So hopefully we're still on track.
With his grandkids in the back window.
For real. Oh, and now hold up. In the Buick Electra, You know, the shift's on a column right here.
Oh, that's
and
the
you
old
got you can lift up that armrest and you can fit an extra person right there. So you have 3. Yeah, for real. I'm serious. You can have 3 in the front and fit 3 or 4 in the back.
Oh yeah, that's our clock. So that's perfect time. That's perfect segue. So fitting people in Buick armrests, I don't know about. So I drive standard, so I know about regular standard. But I don't know about this column business.
You don't know about column shifting?
I mean, maybe on an old movie in a different country.
Oh, dog. See, my very first car.
Was there a clutch still?
No. Oh, no. We're talking about. No, I'm not talking about a column. Manual drive. I'm talking about a column automatic.
Oh, okay. Now I'm with you. See, I'm not that old.
Okay,
Your church might be that old, but I'm not that old.
No, there's vehicles with column shift, and yes, there was a clutch.
Still right now?
No.
Not now.
Those
but
were
yeah,
pickup
back
trucks though that had a column shift,
and vans.
a manual drive. Yeah, usually there were 3 speeds.
Okay, all right. So we're not that.
Because I actually have a 1967 Ford F100 pickup that did have the column shift, manual 3-speed. But I changed it. I was like, nah, we got to get this thing up to date.
Is that what you said?
So I put the shifter on the floor.
Did you have a honk for Jesus sticker on that?
I didn't have the honk.
Did I have that one, huh?
For real,
Did I have that one?
For real.
All right.
But hey, that's not a bad idea.
Hey, man,
it can't be too late.
Yeah, that's all right.
For real. But yeah, I got the furry dice on the,
jumbo dice? Oh,
the jumbo dice. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm thinking of a song that, never mind. But, all right, so that goes to our first praise break. So, I went to France, right? When I was in France, I met Grace, which was our first featured guest on the first podcast.
Absolutely.
And while I was in France, just hanging out, whatever, the YouTube algorithm picks up and like, you might like this.
Yes.
So I clicked on the you might like this, and it was this other artist. And I never heard of him before. I liked the video. I thought it was cool. So I reached out to him to say, hey, is it cool if we play it on the podcast or show with the viewers? And after some tracking down, I found him, and he was cool with it. So that's our first praise break video.
Okay.
Les portes de ton lieu très saint, me voici à ta rencontre, mon cher époux, laisse-moi m'approcher, laisse-moi te toucher, oh, je ne désire que toi et ta présence, oh, c'est mon précieux. C'est mon précieux, viens demeurer là et ta présence, oh, c'est mon précieux, viens demeurer là. Ouvre les cieux, ouvre les cieux, ouvre les cieux. Déchire les cieux, déchire les cieux. Oh oui, déchire les cieux, déchire les cieux, déchire les cieux, déchire les cieux.
Dieu, oui, nous désirons. Il est écrit dans ta parole lorsque vous priez, on dirait que ta volonté soit faite sur la terre comme au ciel. Seigneur, oui, nous désirons que ta présence soit établie dans nos vies et dans cette génération. Seigneur, oui, nous désirons au plus profond de nos cœurs. Le temps est venu, oui, l'heure est venue où tu dois t'établir. Nous voulons que tu t'établisses, Père. Nous voulons que tu t'établisses dans nos familles, dans nos maisons, dans nos foyers, dans nos cœurs, ô éternel Dieu. Et que ta puissance soit manifeste et manifestée jusqu'à ton retour, Seigneur. Dans le nom de Jésus-Christ, nous te glorifions et nous t'élevons pour les siècles des siècles. Alléluia.
All right. So, yeah, we're back. That was Jessy Rubens with Ouvre les cieux. I hope I'm saying that right. If not, all my French audience will surely correct me. But
Well, it sounded good, man.
it sounded good.
It sounded
It
good.
sounded real good, yeah.
You just, you know, you flowed with it like fluid.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get better. So thank you to him for allowing us to play his video there. I thought it was, pretty powerful.
Yeah,
So, but yeah.
I totally agree.
You're gonna go to the other video?
Yeah,
Not
well,
right
one
now.
of the things that I do want to point out, you touched on something just before we went to break, about the one of the artists that we played in the first segment.
Yeah, Grace
so
Potley.
so let's talk about how people can watch the first episode that we did.
Yep. So they can always go back to YouTube. YouTube is, everybody uses it as a platform. All the Tech Disciple episodes are archived there. They may be on Facebook as well, but for sure they're going to be YouTube until we go somewhere else. But right now, YouTube is a real safe bet. You can always find us at ePIOZ IT. That is the at symbol ePIOZ IT. Or you can just search Tech Disciples in YouTube, and we'll be there. So all the previous artists, all of our episodes, all the content, all what we talk about churches, they're for the viewing.
Yeah. So, all right. You have a whole list, Steve.
I do.
So come on, set it off.
Well, I can't. I do. Well, all right. Before we go there, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But what about all right, your church is so old. So what about? I want to talk about maybe a little bit of just the buildings that people are worshiping in.
Okay.
Right? Like a lot of times, trying to turn it more on a serious note, we joked around the first bit, which is cool. But with the buildings, a lot of churches, and I get it, money's it's costly to do things, but a lot of churches have these buildings, and they really need to make sure that they are up to code, to the sense that children or youth are not being harmed. Right now, I wasn't here for this, or at least it didn't affect me at the time. But what was that ingredient they had in the boards way long ago? Everybody's getting sick. There's some pencils. It was not
Lead?
Yeah.
Lead poisoning.
Yeah, but that was in buildings, right? At one point.
Lead was actually in some of the old paints.
Well, paints, they're going to paint maybe with that stucco. I have no idea. But the point is that churches need to, that's just an example that might be on the extreme side. But, I know a lot of churches sometimes they, okay, I got one for you. and this is going to be in my thing later, but I'm going to share it right now because we're talking about. But your church is so old, you're grandfathered into compliances. Okay, I mean now they still might say, hey, you should take care of this. But what was built in 1980 versus what was built in 2018, right? I mean, the building code has changed drastically.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, yeah, lead's an extreme example, but whatever that is now, churches have to make sure that they're up to date on that. And I know it's costly, right? But you got to make sure that people are safe in your building. when I first moved to North Carolina, I went to an apartment complex, and man, like it looked good on the outside, right? You know, the pool was there, and the bird, and the trees, and speed bumps without cracks in them. Okay, and then I got to my unit, and then like after 2 weeks, I just started sneezing and coughing and just not being well, right? Just not being well. And I mean, I'm not going to put them on blast or whatever, but I found out what it was. I was like, oh, yeah, no, we can't do this. And I had to get out. Just had to get out. So I tell that story because you don't want people coming to your church trying to worship, and trying to praise, trying to sing, inhale, right? Meeting people. And then they're like, man, ever since I started going to this church, I've been getting sick. Right, because you know people. That's a sign. That's a sign not to worship there. So
for real, don't want to give us. Yeah. You do not want to give certain people excuses,
and they will take excuses. So, all right, I just wanted to kind of share that with the building, and there's other things too. Just with the upkeep of the building and making sure people that are safe, making sure that things are running well. I know some things may be expensive, but you just got to get a budget together and work it out. You know, you just got to work it out because, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
It all matters. All right, what's your next?
Yeah, that's that. No, you touched on something. And one of the things, Steve, is that in talking about you and some of the things you do personally, let's talk about some of the consulting work that you do.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. So I go around, my company, ePIOZ, we go around to different churches. One of our branches of our company is we go to different churches or any nonprofit, and we kind of sit down and we assess what their IT is like, their infrastructure, okay? And it's pretty comprehensive, but I want to make sure that churches are serious about it when it comes to that. Because a lot of times it always sounds good, and I'll get with you, and we can set up a time, and this and that. But what I find out often is that churches just say that, but then they're really not interested, or they don't want to spend the money, or they don't want to spend the money in that way. And that's fine, but my position is at least identify that and say that instead of just, brushing it under the rug. I was dealing with a church in, a different state, and had the whole thing set up, and we're interested in this and that, and for whatever reason, they went in a different direction, which is fine. But what I do is I kind of record that just as a mental note to say, okay, I have this now. So if they come back, I can say, all right, well, what's changed since last time? And it's not to shoot myself in the foot. It's just to really, here's a mirror. Like 2 years ago, you came to me, and here we are 2 years later, and you got the same stuff. Like, what's changed? What's going to change? Because I don't want to necessarily waste my time. I know that sounds crass, but that's the truth, right?
Exactly.
So our consulting services with churches are to get you to where you want to be, right? On a step-by-step basis. We give an assessment. We give where you're at, where you want to go, how you're going to get there. Here's the timeline. Here's the estimated cost. Here's how long it will take. Okay, here's what has to change. All right, here's what has to change. We have to change some things. We can't just use existing equipment. We want to where we can, but if it's just too old or too obsolete, we have to make some changes. And, technology can be costly. So you have to make the right decisions on the right priced equipment to get the best value, right? A lot of people think they know, but they don't know, and it's just hard. It's hard to break through that. So, church IT revampness, or I'm not sure what the word is, but
revamping project.
Revamping project. There you go. Church IT revamping project. If you're interested, please go ahead, find us on ePIOZ IT, and submit your request, and we will gladly do a free virtual consultation.
Ooh, okay.
See if it's, as we say in the IT industry, is it a fit or not?
Yeah. Do we have a good fit?
Do we have a fit? Because, again, a lot of people think they want things, or they see another church doing something and then they want it. And that kind of, monkey see, monkey do isn't exactly what you want to do with your church, because what works for them may not work for you.
Absolutely.
You might need to go in a different direction. So, That's so that's the crux of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you touched on something, and can I do one of your churches so old?
Please.
Because
Let me lean in.
You touched on churches equipment, and I'm sure one of the things that you hear quite a bit is, well, hey, this is what works for us.
Oh yeah.
This is what works for us. It
Oh,
may,
man.
yeah, I'm sure you
Man.
hear that more often than you would like to.
Yeah. Right.
So, okay. Terminator, you ready for mine, man? You ready for mine, man?
No. He's gonna give
I'm gonna do your church is so old.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Your church is so old, they record and sell VHS tapes of the service.
VHS.
VHS tapes of the
all right.
service.
Now that's old.
For
That's
real.
old.
I mean, come on. Can you imagine going there and seeing, we have a real nice camera, hey, but seeing an old school camera, and back then the cameras were in different colors. Like now, I only see them in black. But then the VHS camcorders. That's what I'm talking about.
They were in that-
Camcorders.
They were in that cream color.
They were cream. I think I saw a red one time.
Oh, okay.
For real. Yeah.
Recording on Wait, so you actually put like the same thing that went in VCR? You would put that in the camera.
Yes. So
It was a real long thing.
Yes, and so
That's
the
old.
camera was a lot bigger than that camera right there.
What camera we're using?
Yes.
Isn't it funny how people who operate the cameras it's like a secret. It's like a secret thing nobody can touch.
Yeah,
It's
for
like,
real. Oh no, they
This
don't.
is a camera.
This is a camera. Because
You can't touch this camera.
Yeah, I mean, but they were, they were expensive. And back then.
Well, that's the thing. Back then,
Yeah.
that was the technology.
Absolutely.
Back then, that was the technology. That was the latest and greatest. Churches
Yes.
wanted to have it.
Yes, had to have it.
So a good idea, but obviously now it would be to sell MP3s, or if MP3 or MP4s, and the church should have a QR code where if someone wants to download the service, they can scan the QR code and download the service.
So
for real.
That is a step in the right direction. Okay.
Yes.
I think maybe put a little spin on that just a little bit, because a lot of people, with everything being out here free on YouTube and everything else, are going to try and get it for free. But I think that for the special events, or if like the guest preacher that's preaching, that is like, you don't necessarily want that information just out there.
Very
right?
true.
You want to kind of lock that in and give that only out to certain people. So yes, MP3s to sell, or I don't know what is it in the radio industry and music industry right now? Like who's your favorite artist, and what was the last album you purchased, and how would be kind of my question.
One thing I'm huge on is iTunes.
Okay.
Now, I'm MC events, DJ events. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm very leery about saying that I DJ events when I'm in the presence of a gentleman who, and I'm just not. I'm being very, very, very serious right now. A gentleman who, oh man, quite frankly, he's the best I've ever seen.
Is he the best
I mean,
you've ever seen?
seriously. DJ Terminator X. For real. But no, I say that with all the admiration, all the respect. Terminator, I've been in this business a long time. I've seen a lot of, and I can't just say gentlemen, because I've seen some young ladies that are nice too.
Okay.
But still, you have, it's like you have LeBron, may he rest in peace, Kobe, and then there's MJ.
I think that's the other way around. LeBron's still with us.
Huh?
I think LeBron.
Oh, no, I'm saying, no, that's what I'm saying. LeBron
You said rest-
and Rest in peace, Kobe.
Oh, okay. LeBron.
LeBron, yeah,
Okay, all
LeBron,
right,
comma. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Comma. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
And then there's MJ.
Okay. I'm not even a sport person. I just
For real, you
people
know.
write out,
And well, I know Terminator is familiar with this. I heard that that's something that I feel. But Allen Iverson, the answer, articulated it the best for me.
Okay.
That's the breakdown. But then for me, when we're talking about DJs, you have guys that have done it for years that are doing it, and then there's Terminator X.
So to answer your question, I think most music now is streamed, whether it be Apple Music, Pandora, or whatever the case may be. I think the average person doesn't purchase music anymore.
Okay.
Another thing too is that he's right. Pandora, Spotify, all of these, and but just if they do purchase, they may purchase a song, but will they purchase an entire? They still call them albums, but they're not actually vinyl anymore.
I mean, that's vinyl.
Yeah, that's vinyl, boy.
Well, I know both. I actually like vinyl. I'm gonna kick back a little bit on the vinyl tip because my grandmother had vinyl, and I don't know what it is about that analog with the needle hitting the record.
That's the sound of authenticity.
The vinyl sound is it can't be beat.
Yeah. So some stuff it might be so old, but it's also
it's also actually making a comeback. If you can go to Walmart and buy vinyl, that just tells you something.
Oh, I didn't know that. But vinyl is good. But going back, so all right, even if iTunes, or Pandora, whatever it is, going back to the church setting, it's the same thing. You got to get with the times, all right? No more VHS tapes, no more whatever else you got going on. And just like in the music industry, people today may not buy a whole album. They might buy a song. This is transpose that over into the church. You may not get a whole series of sermons, but you just get one sermon that really touches you, right? And then put it on. I mean, can you put podcasts and stuff on iTunes? I don't know. I'm not a iTunes person.
I'm not sure.
Well, the viewers can write in and tell us here.
Apple Music. By the way, it's Apple Music. It's not iTunes anymore.
Oh, Apple.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
rebranding.
Yes, they do carry podcasts on Apple Music.
Oh, okay.
Well, so there you go. And if people are going to be taking the preacher's sermons and bootlegging it, then we have other conversations to have.
Absolutely.
So with that,
we have more content.
that's our second praise break, man.
Okay, yeah. Well, speaking of our second praise break, right now we have a young lady, Nia Purpose. She's a dynamic Christian singer, songwriter, and speaker, known for her unique a cappella sound and uplifting messages. Her name, Nia, is Swahili for purpose. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Okay. Reflecting her mission to inspire others to serve God with intention, regardless of their imperfections.
I don't deserve your grace, no, no. But you gave it anyway. I don't deserve your love, no, no. But you gave it anyway. I don't deserve your blood, no, no. But you gave it anyway. You've been good, you've been good, yeah, so good to me. Yeah, I don't deserve your grace, no, no, no. I don't deserve your love, no, no. I don't deserve your blood, no, no, I don't. But you've been good. I deserve to be abandoned like a lost cause. I've left you so many times, but you accepted me into your family. We who have failed before and will fail again. But through the blood that you shed, through the nails in your hands, through the crown on your head, I will win. Through the blood that you shed, through the nails in your hands, through the crown on your head, I will win. I will win. I don't deserve your praise, no, no. I don't deserve your love. I don't deserve, no. I don't deserve your precious blood. I don't deserve anything. But you've been good. You've been good. You've been good. Lord, you've been good. Oh, you're so good all of the time. There is nothing you can be but good. Oh, you're so good. Sunday you're good. Monday you're good. Tuesday, Wednesday, every day, every day, every day you are good. You keep showing me over and over and over and over again. I could ever be to myself, you're good. I could ever be to myself, you're better than. I could ever be to myself, you're good.
Go ahead.
And that was Nia Purpose with I Deserve.
Yeah, Nia was at the she was at both the Winistry and the Kingdom anniversary. Winistry 2025 R&B Christian hip hop artist program and the Kingdom 6th anniversary, and she was phenomenal. She has a great voice, and just thank her for allowing us to play her her material on the podcast.
Yes. All right.
Norm had something.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of those artists. Very good, very good, very good.
You guys are getting something from the top. The top.
You know, for real,
The
yes.
top.
You know, hold up. I want to hit a bong or something. You know, if you get the approval of DJ Terminator X.
So,
for real, that's big. What's up? I know you got a bomb or some hand clap. Come on.
well, he did. We'll do another one.
Okay, yeah, do another hand clap. Bomb or something. Bomb, something. Yeah, there we go.
So we definitely appreciate all the artists. And if you are an artist and you want to have your music featured on Tech Disciples, at the end of the program, there will be a QR code you can scan, or in the description down below, you can get that link and paste it and fill in your information and get a chance on being played on the podcast as a featured artist.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
definitely want to do that. We want to keep it Christian centric.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's some words people want to use in Christian songs, but we're going to try and, Anyway, so, going back to Church is So Old. Another thing I want to talk about is the generational gaps between the leadership and the actual parishioners or congregants, people who are going to church, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're so old, like you have to start wanting to think differently, because new people coming in are going to have a different mindset than you, and they're not that they're trying to overtake you, or not that they're trying to step on your toes. But if somebody comes to you with an idea, before you just shut the door, just listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to them, because they could be giving you something that you never thought of that could really increase, your involvement, your members, recognition, all these different types of things. But if you're still stuck in this mindset of, oh, we've always done it this way, you're gonna find yourself just ministering to people in your circle only. You're not gonna get any outreach. You're not gonna get anybody new, and people are gonna start saying that you don't do anything. You don't do anything different, right?
Okay. Well, one of the things that, if I can, at this juncture, inject something, a wise man says at our church, we need to shout out our church, Southside Church of Christ. And one of the things that a wise man says on a regular basis at our church is rule number 1 for the media team. Okay? And he keeps it simple.
Does he keep it simple?
He keeps it simple.
Does he keep it simple?
He keeps it simple.
Okay.
Terminator, should we say this rule together? You and I together,
3, 2, 1. Can
Can the people in the sanctuary hear the preacher?
pastor?
That's what I say? That's what I say.
Yes.
People in the sanctuary hear the preacher. I mean, that's the number 1 rule. It is the number 1 rule. It does no good if you have these people here and they can't hear the preacher. So in that regard, the technology can be basic. But once you have that solid foundation, what else can you do to capture an audience?
Exactly.
Right?
Growth.
And, today in this generation, people like screens. People like interaction. When I first got to Southside, I think I said this before, but I'll say it again. Brother Thomas was saying, "Hey, I want to change some things." And one of the things he wanted to change was he wanted to add rather televisions on either side of the sanctuary. And I was against it. Right. And I'm in technology, and I was against it because I had that mindset just from other churches and maybe how I was growing up. Like, no screens. You have to be nose in the book. You have to hold the book like this. You have to praise. You have to stand. You have to sit. You have to do this. It's going to be a distraction and a distraction. And they call me Steve-O at Southside, right?
Oh, yes.
And this is where Steve-O comes from. So Brother Thomas and I were out just having I think we were having lunch or something. Oh, no, we were having dinner. It was evening dinner, just hanging out. And I said, Brother Thomas, man, you trying to make some changes? I think that's good. He's like, yeah, trying to get, TVs on the sanctuary. He's like, yeah, I saw that. And I'm not sure if I'm really with that. I'm just, I think it's going to be a distraction to people. And Brother Thomas says, oh, okay. Well, they going up, Steve-O. And they were up like that. Like in 2 Sundays, they were up.
Wow.
And I've been using them ever since. Like, yeah, I don't know how.
So I've heard him. I think he wants to also incorporate. Well, he wants to upgrade to the large. What do you call it? Video wall.
Video wall?
Yes.
Like a projector. Okay.
Well,
No,
video
not a
wall, yeah.
projector,
Projector
no,
is like,
video.
video wall.
Really?
Basically, it's a giant TV, but they call it a video
What?
wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like everything connected. It's like a giant screen
So-
connected by Legos together.
So part of your church is so old is, you have to sometimes appeal to the minority of who's, in order to grow your flock, appeal to the minority. So
Yeah.
minority is who? It's, I would say 40 down,
Yeah.
40 men.
Yeah. No, that's
teen-
Yeah, you're right. Because when I think about it, our congregation, is definitely predominantly ladies,
Yeah.
females.
And so if the younger generation walks into the church and they feel like they went back in time, that's I mean, I know that's not where they come, but you want to make it appealing, to bring in a younger. And also, so when you start getting the younger folks in, and the more young folks come in, when they come in, I was like, oh wow, there's people my age here.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's huge. That's so huge. So growing up, I was always at that age where I was too old for the young people that were there. Too old for the young people or too young for the older people that were there. So I was like, let's say I was like 17. The young people there were like 8 or 9.
Oh, got you.
And then everybody else was like 24. It's like, man, I can't. I mean, when am I gonna? All right. I'm at work, right? But yeah, when you have like a youth group and communities and these types of things, I think that makes a huge difference. And you know, when they come to you with ideas, right? Don't just shut them down. Listen to them, but at the same time, when they come to you with ideas, listen to them, but kind of put their feet to the fire and say, okay, you know, Terry, whatever, you came to me with this TikTok idea. Seriously, you know, here's an assignment. Go home, give me a plan of how it can work. What would be your contribution? How you can help the church? You know, do what you can. Now, of course, if this kid is only, you know, 16 or whatever, it's not going to be perfect, but at least he'll give you insight into something that you have no insight in.
Absolutely.
Or on, rather. Because he's young and he's in a generation, and a small thought just might pass his head saying, I take it back. 2 thoughts could pass his head. Number one, the first thought would be, I wonder if my church can use this. Let me go bring it to the minister. Number 2 would be, this is a great idea. I wish my church would do it, but they'll never bring it to the minister because of maybe all the ideas they see being shot down, or the environment, or if they see too many, you know, older members that are like things to be the same. You know, they could have a great idea that just never comes to fruition at your church. Absolutely. Because you're kind of, you know, stifling them a little bit. So that's just something to think about. So with that, there's some more stuff, but I think we're going to go to our Ali Encore part right now, because we're going to get into some interviews, and we're going to go around our table again. So,
Okay. Well, can I do a quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know,
Terminator, you can go ahead and start the transition music, but go ahead.
Especially since we touched on TVs and the situation with Brother Thomas and yourself. Your church is so old. Church announcements are on a bulletin board. With push pins.
With push pins? Tags.
Push pins. Yes, tags. All different colors. Red, green, you know.
All right. Well, we're coming right up as Ali Encore. We're going to go through the interviews. We're going to go through our round table, a little slideshow. Coming right up. All right, we are back on Tech Disciples, Ali Encore, and you know what, Shawn, you need to just stay right there. You know, Terminator X. Our fellow Tech Disciple has got some news that I don't know if he shared with everybody, but we here at Tech Disciples want to share it with everybody who's tuning in. So, Shawn, he said earlier in the show, it's been 30 years, but just recently you have. Oh no, I forgot. I never forget. But what did you do?
Recently, man, it's truly a blessing.
Yeah.
And you know how when you least expect it, you know,
Not yet.
God is always working. And He brought me back to where it all started. Almost 30 years ago.
Okay.
Jazz 90.7
There you go.
WNCU.
There you go. Let's go ahead and see that flyer right quick. Let's go. We got a hand clap. We got a hand clap for that. There he is. Oh, you look good, man.
Well, thank you, man. You know? But I do Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m.
8 to 10 p.m. Okay,
Yes,
and it's
yes.
smooth jazz, evening jazz.
It's evening jazz.
Evening jazz.
You know, traditional with some contemporary smooth jazz mixed in as well.
All right. Well, we definitely appreciate you, Shawn. Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
We
Thank
want
you.
to celebrate you always. I like the hand clap too. Everybody's clapping for you. So I just want to congratulate Shawn on that great news. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Man. Thank you.
So Ali Encore, here we go. All right, we have Norm. What's the next thing that's listed there? Don't play it, but what's the next thing that's listed? Is it okay? Yeah, your church is so. All right. So as I said, I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, for Kingdom Church of Christ's 6th anniversary, and I started to do some interviews on people. Now, the first one, again, I was the technology was a little bit. I was working with it, but you can hear them. So we're gonna go ahead and play this clip, and let's see what some other people say about their church being so old. I'm here with the lovely
Quintella Williams.
I'm here with the lovely
Curtina Jones from Southside Church of Christ.
Oh, Christina Jones from Southside Church of Christ. That's a great church. I love that church. I'm here with
Harvest Mathis.
I'm here with the legendary
Fred Neal.
Fred Neal. Yes, I'm here with the
Minister of the Northside Church of Christ. Minister Jonathan Charlie.
Woo! Minister. Your church is so old.
Your church is so old that you still using the red hymn books.
Your church is so old.
Your church is so old. When I walk in the door, I can see on the wall the hymns and the numbers that we're going to be singing already prepared.
Your church is so old.
I saw the eunuch's chariot in the preacher's parking lot.
So your church is so old. Your church is so old.
Woo! Your church is so old that they still have sacred selections.
Yo, that's like the 4 times where it says something about the books.
That Moses wore his slippers or his sandals.
All right. So we had some people there. I do gotta give a shout out to Curtisha Jones and Kelly Neal. They also did Your Church is So Old, but the way that the technology was there, like it was echoing. I don't know if you could hear it, but it was really bad on their segment. So I had to clip it from the big thing, there. But want to thank them as well. Everybody had good responses. There's kind of a reoccurring theme already, but we're gonna see it as we continue on. So all right, let's go around. Let's go around and do our own internal. Your church is so old. You can go next, Shawn.
Okay. Well, your church is so old. The church bus is an old school bus with no AC or radio.
That's good. That is good. I be seeing them buses like that, like the schools taking off. Like
Yeah,
stripped
for
off
real.
of
Or
it.
no, yeah, no. What kills me is the ones, it's a yellow or orange bus, and they just have a black stripe down, that they painted over in black the school name or the school district or something.
School bus.
Yeah.
Terminator, you got one for us? No? All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna go with another one. You kind of already said it, but it's still true. Your church is so old. You do have the hymns, the hymn board up there, and like those little vinyl letters. And there's always that one guy that just gotta get these numbers up here, walking with the book, and then they get there, and then. I don't know what it is, but whenever they put them in, they always do like a little shake. They just, I don't know what it is. They kind of do that though. So your church is so old. You have that. So that's mine. You got another one?
Actually, I'm all tapped out.
You're tapped out?
I'm tapped out. Yeah.
All right. If you're tapped out, then I think what we'll do is we're gonna go to our second interview segment here.
Okay.
All right. Now this one is at Mario McKennon's Winistry 2025 event where he had the Christian artists, hip hop and hip hop R&B, more hip hop Christian artists. But either way, it was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
This was a great one. This one was pretty good. I think you guys are gonna like it. So let's go ahead and see what we got. And we are here with Jamal Butler. Okay, you know the next episode on Tech Disciples is Your Church is So Old. So, your church is so old.
Your church is so old that Moses was your first deacon, and he still hasn't been replaced.
I'm here with
Ronnie Reddick.
Oh, I am here with
Chester Neal Mayfield Jr.
We are here with
Chris Gear.
We are here with the lovely
Nia Purpose.
executive producer Stephen D. Holder. We are here with
Kendra Dublin.
I'm here with the lovely
Angel Faith.
and I'm here with the lovely
The Chosen One.
All right, so I'm here with
JS Jordan Snell.
Candace.
I'm here with Candace. I am here with
Bo Butler.
I'm here with the lovely
Tyresha.
Your church is so old
That there's still hats and hymnal books in the pews.
Your church is so old
that we're young.
Your church is so old.
It's older than me.
Your church is so old.
Oh, is it a joke? Oh, no.
Your church is so old.
It's old.
So, your church is so old.
Your church is so old. You still recording the sermon on your phone.
Your church is so old. Your church is so old. It is hard, isn't it? Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm not good at jokes.
They still wear those big hats.
They still wear those big hats. Okay, your church is so old, they still wear those big hats. And your church is so old.
They still bring the tambourines.
The tambourines? Is that the thing with the triangle? All right. Old.
It might be in the Bible.
Your church is so old.
It's expired.
It's expired, it works. We'll take that. It's expired. Your church is so old.
You still got the attendance on the wood. That wood plaque on the wall.
Oh, your church is so old.
They still use paper pamphlets.
Your church is so old.
Your church is so old. They say first, second, and third stanza.
Oh, no. Your church is so old, you have popcorn ceiling. You know popcorn ceiling? Pop. Like the little stucco, the stucco. Your church is that old. You like that? He like that. Stephen D. Holder here with ePIOZ Presents Tech Disciples. We have the founder, the CEO, the exec producer, the man who sings, Mario McKennon. Yo, this was a phenomenal Winistry 2025 here in Charlotte. Mario did an amazing job, man. So, as you know, on our next episode of Tech Disciples, our title is going to be Your Church is So Old. Okay? So, your church is so old. And I don't have to be your church, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right, your church is so old.
My church is so old that you should have asked me.
So your church is so old.
My church is so old. We still have the Radio Shack speakers.
Radio Shack speakers are old, bro.
Radio Shack mic.
Radio Shack.
Anything that you have that's from Radio Shack.
This might be one of them too. I don't know.
It's pretty old.
All right, Mario. Thank you. All right, we're back. So go ahead, Shawn. That was.
Oh man, I love it when Mario talks about Radio Shack speakers. But I mean, really, think about this. As a kid, I used to love going to Radio Shack because they had, all different types of course, then there really wasn't anything video, but they had everything audio, and they had the coolest remote control cars.
They did have some cool remote control cars. Yeah, I had a couple of those. Radio Shack was good on that. But I think Mario's point was if you got some speakers or a microphone
from Radio Shack
now today in your church, that's old.
Yeah, that's ancient.
Terminator, were you gonna say something about no, okay. The hats.
Oh yeah, like I was saying earlier about you don't have any youth in your church. You come in and see a bunch of older, seasoned, big hats
that they can't see around.
can't
see around with flowers in them.
Yeah.
They feel out of place.
There's nothing wrong with the big hats, and it's kind of like a nice thing, but I don't know. All right, so for the end of Ali Encore, what we're gonna do is I have my list. I'm gonna go through all of it.
Ooh.
All right, so let's see what we can do. Go ahead, Terminator. Put up our slideshow, and each one I'll tell you when to go next. So just hit the I. Yeah. Your church is so old, you have a wooden pulpit. Okay. I don't know what it is about wood. It's okay, but the bigger the pulpit is and more wood, it just seems old. And, So there you go. All right, your church is so old. No, let's go back. There you go. Your church is so old. You have chandelier lighting in the sanctuary. Like it just drops down. And it's that chandelier. I don't know what it is. And again, it's just kind of an old feeling. All right, your church is so old. You have hymn boards. We already talked about this, and they talked about it in the show as well, in the interviews rather. Your church is so old. You have stained glass windows.
Ooh.
Stained glass windows.
I haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah, it's old. That's why. Your church is so old. You have carpet in the sanctuary. Now, this one people might kick back on because they like the cushy feeling on on the walking around or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's nice, but then you spill something, you clean it up, now you have a stain. You got to get the shampoo, you got to do all this work. So yeah, also in this particular picture, there's chandelier lighting. Your church is so old, for the third time today, popcorn ceiling or stucco.
Oh,
that's what it is. Your church is so old, you have pews. Now this one is, we might get some kickback on this one because again, pews are expensive, okay? And they work. But typically right now in the modern church, the modern day and age is going to be cushioned chairs that are connected together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Your church is so old, you have one speaker for the entire sanctuary. Ooh. I've been to churches like that, and they're like, yeah, you can't really tell where it's coming from. So, yeah. Your church is so old, you still use songbooks. Now, again, this one might be a fight a little bit, but I don't know. Like songbooks it's kind of old. All right. I mean, how many people actually know how to read music? Seriously, really know how to read music? They probably don't, and they just go to church, they pick up what the song is and the melody and whatever, and they join in. Nobody's reading that A flat, okay? Your church is so old, I think you missed one. Oh, I must have missed one. All right, don't worry about it. Your fire extinguishers are not even up to date.
Oh.
Okay, they're just there.
That's dangerous.
It is, but they're just there in the corner, and they might work. All right, your church is so old, you have cast iron radiators.
Ooh.
All right, that's an old church.
That really is.
That is old church. Now, if you were right there in that corner, you'd be warm. But
yeah.
everybody
now,
else,
they get toasty now.
Everybody else is not going to be there.
Yeah,
so.
they will make it toasty.
Your church is so old. You have old game system for the kids. Now, I know people on this one, they try and do a good thing. But let me tell you something. These are all old systems. And I'm going to put it in perspective for you right now, okay? This is complex for today's society. You know why, Shawn? Why? I'm gonna tell you why right now. First of all, you have the console. To be able to play the console, you got to get power to it. So you got to plug power into the console. Then to be able to play the control, you got to put the controller into it. You got to plug the controller into the console. Then you got to connect the console to the TV. Then you got to put the disc in the console to play the game. Oh my goodness. Then you have to load it. Or you can just tap an app on your phone and play Candy Crush like everybody else. And that's what the society is doing. So these old game systems for the kids, they're not playing them. Old. All right. Your church is so old, you have a chalkboard or overhead projector. Now, chalkboard, I'm actually going to fight that a little bit because I like chalkboard. Chalkboard to me says legacy, like a nice legacy. Like okay. I like that. If somebody's teaching me on chalkboard and they have nice penmanship, I'm all in. Okay. Overhead projector? No, we're not doing overhead projectors. No, we're not doing that. You gotta wipe the slides off and then get all of the ink or glue on your hand. No, we're not doing that. All right, your church is so old. Yeah, your church is so old. You have one restroom with an economy toilet. Okay, now I know we're getting a little, but we gotta talk about this. This is why we're here. All right. I know toilets might be expensive, but let me tell you something, Shawn and Terminator. Okay, aside from airports, hospitals, and churches, we got some big booties. Okay, we need to take care of this. These little economy things, we gotta take a look. All right, your church is so old, you still have paper signups. Okay, now for the older folks, right, the more senior members, they might like the, writing on paper. It's easier for them. I get it, but typically you want to have some sort of digital QR code or sign up digitally. Your church is so old, you don't have a website presence. Just page can't be displayed. This is actually more of a bigger issue than people think with churches. Okay, so we'll make that for another podcast. Your church is so old, you use Cosmic Sans as a font in any documentation. Now, this, I actually found this one. And the idea is that people are using Cosmic Sans as a font to be like friendly and inviting and nice and cool. And it's not. It's old. Get rid of it. Don't use it ever again unless you're doing comic books. Your church is so old, you have glow-in-the-dark exit signs. Oh my goodness. These are the churches that didn't have that money, but they're trying to pass that compliance. It was like, hey, let's put this light on this right quick for the inspector to come. And then it lights up. People can see where they're going. This is a real thing. You can go on Amazon or some other place right now and buy glow-in-the-dark exit signs. Oh my goodness. I think this might, I don't know, even for haunted houses and Halloween they might do it. But either way, that's a real thing. Your church is so old, you have old in your title. In the actual, all right, you actually have old in your title.
I see old First Church. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that might be a clue. Your church is so old, parking is a bit difficult. Now, if you're in the city like New York City, LA, Miami, all right, you can't really deal with that. But if you're not there and you have a church with some, you might have a nice building, but parking, this is one of those things where you really can't control. So you may not be able to control it, but in society, people going to church, if you don't have parking and you're not in a inner city, like major city, metropolitan type thing, that could be considered old. So it just kind of depends. Your church is so old, you have a bell tower. You might see this a lot in maybe more of the older cobblestone brick type churches. So I thought that was interesting. All right, your church is so old, you use real wine. You use real wine for the communion. Now, this particular wine right here, I don't know what it is, but when I got the photo, this wine was like over $75,000. Wow. Where do they do that at? I need to go worship there right quick. No, let me stop. I ain't gonna go. All right, anyway. Your church is so old, you have no technology presence at all in your building. Not even Wi-Fi. So, yeah. Your church is so old, you have the same logo forever. You never decided to update it. That could be old. Okay, your church is so old. You have a steeple. Again, one of those things where it's like, do you really need it? Is it necessary? It does distinguish a church, but a lot of newer churches now don't really have steeples if you look around. So your church is so old, you don't have any young people. Now, this one could be a sore nerve for churches because they don't have young people, but it's still something to think about. If you look around and everybody, like you said, Shawn, earlier, is 55 and up.
Yes.
And no young people. I mean, that is that's not good. Yeah. That's not good. So your church is so old. Yeah, your church is so old. You have the same photo of the preacher on all of your announcements. They're always there, phone in their hands, right? They're always there, smiling. Nice photo, but it's just the same layout. It's the same thing. Like, there's no innovation. There's no creativity. It's just copy paste. Where is the creativeness? So, all right, your church is so old. The building is only used for church. This is, I think, pivotal in today. It might be okay. We're blocking it on the thing here, but that's okay. What it says on the one picture is Sunday, and of course on the other one it says no Sunday, essentially illustrating that Sunday everybody's at the building. But if nobody's at your building on Sunday, you got a building 7 days a week. You're using it for one, maybe two on Wednesday. Make your building work for you, right? But you might run into people who are saying we don't want that, so that's a conversation. All right, your church is so old. Somebody actually thinks a sign's gonna stop people from turning up or down the thermostat. This sign is stopping nobody, okay? And I was trying to find one with that little clear case over it. You know, you have a little clear case to protect. People aren't paying attention to that. People are thinking, I paid my contribution. I'm cold. I'm turning this up. I'm turning it down. And you think a sign's gonna stop it. That's not happening. Your church is so old. This is my closer. You start on time. Ooh. Everybody starts on time. Ooh. So that is that's my list of your church being so old. Terminator, you can start our credit roll, man, because I think we're pretty much done. Or start the music for the credit roll. But yeah, man. So when you think about churches being old, there's a large gamut. Some things you can change, some things you can't.
True.
With the building and even like handicap. Like some churches, they might be in a situation where, I don't know why, but they have 2 floors with no ramp or elevator. And that would be one of those, what do you call it? Grandfathered in situations where you don't have to have that when it was built.
Got you.
But yeah, these things are, they're small things, they're joking things. We laugh about them, we joke about them, but these are really real stuff. So
absolutely.
I don't know. But that is Tech Disciples today. Well, for today. We'll be sure to come back and get another one. Definitely check us out. Follow us at ePIOZ IT, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Our next episode will be dropping soon.
Yes.
But for now, we're good. So I'm Stephen Yeholan.
I'm Shawn Alexander.
Terminator. All right, man. Take us to credits. We're done.